Hello there, Monster here, and today we're looking at how to hook up the Teenage Engineering OPZ to the Elektron Digitone. I've had a lot of people ask about this, so we're gonna jump right into it. Okay, so the Elektron Digitone comes with a USB cable that you can use to do updates, and that's this little guy right here. Turns out you don't need a whole lot more to put them together. All we need to do is convert the standard USB, this little guy right here, see if we get him in focus. Yeah, so that guy just needs a USB-C adapter, and I've got one right here. So this is literally the Amazon Basics, and it is super duper cheap. I just got it off Amazon. There's nothing special, and all you do is plug them in. Yeah, it's crazy, right? It's an adapter. That's what it does. So this will get communications going between the OPZ and the Digitone. So if we go to a channel here that's got all of our stuff together, look at there. Cool. So that is already working. So how did I set this up? Well, let's dive into the menu. So if we go into here into the settings, little gear icon there. So if you're all the way out, it looks like that. You just hit the icon there, and we're gonna go down to MIDI config. You guessed it. All right. So the sync mode is super easy. We're just gonna go set it to receive clock. So when the OPZ starts playing, this will start going. So this is, you can actually use this to do entirely different things. You can put sequences together on the Digitone and run them independently of the OPZ. But today we're gonna control the Digitone with the OPZ. So we're just gonna do clock receive, come back a layer and go to our port config. And the main one we want to do is input from MIDI and USB. That's the big deal. So now we're gonna go down to channels. This is where it gets a little bit weird. On the OPZ, these instrument channels are 1 through 16. So the kick drum's number 1 all the way up to the video channel, which is track 16. But the only sound making ones on the OPZ are the first 8. So the kick, snare, hi-hat, percussion, bass, lead, arp, and chord. The rest of these guys will transmit MIDI and data, but they don't make any sound natively. This comes in handy when we control other things. So what I've done is I've taken the instrument channels, the bass, the lead, the arpeggio, and the chord channel, and I've mapped them to the channels on the Digitone. So the Digitone has 4 tracks, right? T1, T2, Terminator, T3, T4. Perfect. You can assign these to anything at all. So I've assigned the bass channel, which I'm already there. So if we go here, controlling that channel, beautiful. Step down 1, I've assigned it to the lead. So if I play that, controlling that, but I'm doing it. Beautiful. Now, the arpeggiator channel sometimes works for me and it sometimes doesn't. So that can get weird. So that you see, I've changed track 3 to actually work on the chord channel. Oh, actually go to track 3. So I'm controlling that there. And like I said, the arpeggiator works for me sometimes it doesn't, so I've kind of skipped that for this part. So I've mapped channel 3 to channel 8, which is the chord channel. And you can see on track 4, I've actually mapped it to channel 14. So what's channel 14? It's the add-on channel, it's the component channel there. So if you have the op lab or some other kind of future in development add-on thing in the OPZ, that's assuming that has control, that's where it'll live. But you can also use it for MIDI. So if I go to that channel now and select that, and I go to track 4, you can hear that to control. Cool. So that's all set up. That's really all you have to do. So just assign whatever track here to whatever track here. So a refresher. This is MIDI channel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So your instrument channels on the OPZ are 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's really all you need to know to use that. Well, that's great because you can play all that stuff now, but what if you want to run in the audio from the OPZ, like for drums? Because obviously the Digitone will do drums, but you use channels to use voices on the Digitone, and that takes away from the polyphony. So we want full polyphony from this guy. So let's use the drums from the OPZ. So what do? The Digitone has an input, and I've taken and run a adapter cable into one on the back here, and this is just really a headphone adapter here. Nothing special, it's stereo, but these inputs are mono. You have 2 of them, but I'm not running stereo because I couldn't find that cable. But it works just fine with the mono one side, so we're just gonna go ahead and plug that in. You can hear our lovely noises there. Okay, so that's cool. We've got the Digitone going, but what if we wanted to go and hear a kick drum? Ooh, we hear it. Why do we hear it? So this is cool. So if we go, hold down function, and go to the master channel here. So anything below it that's kind of that blue-green, hold down function, boom. So as you can see, I've got in my left level in a little bit. So you can hear kick drums. If I switch to the snare, cool. But if I turn that off, nothing when I press the button. So you roll it back in. Great. So another cool thing you can do with the OPZ and the Digitone is you can map these control spinny guys here, these little wheels, to control change numbers. So I've done that here in the app. Go ahead and see if I can get that up there for you guys to see. If you just go ahead and tap on the screen, you can select each of these right there. And I have chosen to map the yellow and the red to the filter cutoff and the resonance, because that's what it is on the first page of settings in the OPZ. So if you're on that, when the white lights are on, this is the settings you see. So I just tap that one, and the filter cutoff on the Digitone is CC, oh, lost focus there, it's CC 23, and the resonance is 24. So if you just want to tap on one of those, see if I can do this on that glare. So you can see it sliding up and down there. And check right there. Okay, I'm back to 23. Cool. So now I can do this. I can control this sound, filter cutoff, and the resonance from the OPZ. Pretty cool, right? And that's not the only things you can map. That is the only things I'm doing right now. You can go ahead and map whatever crazy thing you want to in the Electron manuals. It has a list of all the MIDI control change numbers, so you can go bananas, map all kinds of stuff to it. I even saw a fella way back, I can't remember who it is or I'd link to him, had actually mapped all the component, step component performance things into the machine so that you could actually play all of those. All the pitch ones and some of the filter ones work, but he'd mapped everything into the Digitone, and it was absolutely bonkers. So if I can find that, I'll link it up. If not, you know, internet is your friend. So let's get on to that and back to the jam.